Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Pilates mat class. And what do you need? You need a mat. You need room to move around above your head, swinging around. Make sure you're not going to hit anything. Make sure you're in good condition. If you feel like any of the movements are not working for you today, please just stop. Modify if you have opportunity to do so and you know how to do so. Otherwise, I recommend that if the move doesn't work for you, you just stop. And other than that, let's go ahead and come to the floor. Again, I like to set myself up so that I'm fully into my body. A lot of the times, there's a lot of thoughts going on in our head. I just got up this morning. It's 6 a.m. in Costa Rica, so the sun hasn't risen. The animals are up, but I'm not fully awake yet. So I don't have a lot of thoughts going on in my mind, which is really nice. And it's a great time for me to practice. I've got a very busy day here, so I wanted to get my practice in as soon as possible. So that way I didn't feel that I was rushed in any way. But sometimes I do it at night because it's just got some time, and sometimes I do it in the middle of the day. So again, there's no perfect time to practice. It's the perfect time for you. So whether you are watching this at 6 a.m. in the morning where you are, or at 10 o'clock at night, whatever works. So that being said, I just want you to like find a nice seated position. I like to do a little rock side to side. I close my eyes. Just take a nice deep breath in. Let it go. Let's do that a couple times. Big inhale. One more time. Big inhale. Now that we've done that, I just want you to sit up nice and tall, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. I want you to brace your core so that we're not breathing into the belly. In Pilates, we don't do big belly breaths. Yoga is much more relaxing than that. But in yoga, we want to always have that firm basis from our core. So I want you to pull in the belly, lift up from the rib cage, roll the shoulders back, take a deep breath, and just open up the ribs as if they're pulling side to side. So inhale and exhale. But keep that belly engaged. Inhale, exhale. One more time, big inhale. Exhale. We're going to inhale the hands up. We're going to exhale them down by our sides, turn the palms down. Eyes can be open, eyes can be closed. Inhale. Exhale. Two more times, flip the palms up. Exhale. Keep the core strong. Let's do that one more time. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale your hands all the way up. Take your right hand, bring it down, around, turn, look at it, and come back to the center. Do the same thing with the other arm. Bring it down, sweep around, take a look, and come. Now your core has to stay engaged here. You're going to exhale to come down, inhale to come up, exhale to come down, and inhale to come up. One more on each side. Big rotation through the shoulders, big reach back, and come up. We're going to reverse it. So right hand goes back. There's a reversal, and then comes forward, and then take it back and come forward. Let's add in a look behind us. Watch the hand, look up, take the other hand behind us, and look up. Let's go ahead, take it behind, look up, take it behind, and look up. All right, we're going to do both at the same time. Bring them down in front, tuck your chin, and then going to look all the way up as we bring those hands up. You're really working into the shoulders, getting into cervical spine, sitting up nice and tall like your hips are in cement. Dive forward, exhale. Inhale, come up. One more time. Down and up. Take it the other way. So we're looking up at our hands. We're going to tuck our chin down, reach behind us as much as you can, and then all the way up. So exhale down and inhale up. Let's do it 3 more times. Exhale, inhale, exhale. This is opening up your chest, getting cervical spine, rotation through those shoulder joints. Come all the way up. And now let's bring those hands down. We should still feel some warmth in the shoulders at this point. We're going to go ahead and come lying down on our mats. And once you're down on your mat, again, we're talking about that core brace. So we're bracing that core now. Yeah, there's a nice little natural arch in the back here. We don't want to be totally imprinted down. We just want to pull your lower abdominals to meet your upper abdominals so that we've got a nice brace here. And then we're going to take our hands and place them down at our sides, palms face down. Okay, lengthen out through your spine, tuck that chin a little bit, and then take front knee, stack it at 90, back knee, stack it at 90. What I want you to do is just do a heel tap. So tap down and back up, and heel tap and back up. So now we're starting to get into the lower abs, bracing, and a little tap. Go ahead and do that a few more times. Go a little slower, you can go a little faster. And now that we've gotten this, we're going to just speed it up a little. So tap, 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 tap. Inhale, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, 4, 3, 2. Now you can stay at this pace. You can continue with this breathing. Or if you're starting to feel like you need a little bit more of a warm up, speed it up, but just continue your breathing. And we're just doing a little run. We can start to extend your heels a little further away from you. And as you do that, you're going to notice your core kick in a little bit more. Only go as far as it feels comfortable for you. Only go at the pace that you want to. So we're really bracing our core. We're relaxing the upper body. Relax your face and your jaw and just run it out. Give me just a few more breaths as we're running. Start to bring your heels back closer to your body and place both feet one at a time back on the ground. Walk your heels close to your bum. And then now that we're here, we're in a great position just to start to peel ourselves up. So go ahead and inhale vertebrae by vertebrae, lifting your hips off of the mat, coming up onto your shoulders if it's possible. Tuck the chin again, cervical spine, getting that nice stretch here. And then exhale, slowly lowering back down vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower back down. 2 more. Inhale, nice and slow. See if you can go through every single vertebrae. And then slowly roll down. This last one is going to be our slowest one yet. So I want you to go really slow, starting by pressing into your feet, tilting your pelvis, squeezing your butt, lifting up nice and slowly. Each individual vertebrae getting their time. And then we come right up to the top. We're going to reverse this as slow as we came into it. Each vertebrae slowly makes its way down to the mat, still squeezing the buttocks, slowly lowering down. And then once your tailbone has hit the mat, we can then relax out through the glutes. We're going to take our hands wide, palms face up, so it's like a T. And we're going to do our stack of our knees over our hips. And now I just want you to drop them towards the front. Nice and slow. Inhale up and towards the back. And come to center. Do this a couple times. We're starting to get into that spine of the thoracic spine, side obliques, keeping the shoulders pinned and to the front. All right, let's extend the top leg out and lowering it back in. And extend the top leg out. We're going to add in some ankle here. So now you're going to kick with flexed ankle and then bring it back and then kick with that flexed and then bring it back. Let's do a couple more of these. Really kick and lengthen and bring it back. Kick out and lengthen and bring it back. One more each side. So big kick, bring it back, and then a big kick and bring it back. All right, let's place those feet back down one at a time. And we're going to take our fingertips and we're going to place them at our temples. Okay, so just two fingertips at your temple, and your elbows, if they can, are touching the ground. Your heels are close to the bum, and we're just going to tuck the chin in slightly. From here, you're lifting from the center of your chest straight up to really engage the abdominals, not the core, not the neck muscles. So we're just going to gently lift up, feeling upper abdominals engage, and then lower back down. Exhale, lift up. We want to really notice the muscles that we engage before we speed anything up. So exhale, lift, and inhale, come back down. Two more times. Let's lift, bring it down. Last time, lift, and bring it down. All right, from here, I want you to lift up. You're going to take your front elbow, keep it out, open, and the left one comes up, and the shoulder leads the way. So it's across. Tap down, and same thing. Shoulders stay nice and flat, equal to one another. The opposite shoulder lifts up, and you lead with it, not that elbow. Keep that elbow in line with your head. Go ahead and give that little lift and twist. Come back down, lift and twist, and come back down. One more each side. Exhale, twist. Come back down and twist. Come back down. Anything we do in slow is ultimately much more difficult because you have to control it. We're not using inertia. We're just using our muscles to control all the movements. But that being said, to get the heart rate up, to get the blood moving, we move quicker. We do both things. Sometimes we have to do things slowly in life. Sometimes we have to move quicker. So it just depends. If you're painting, you're not going crazy. You're taking nice, slow movements to control the paint on the brush, to control the stroke movement. If you are catching a bus, you're running. So let's go ahead and speed this up. Again, if you need the support on the back of your head, you're going to take these two peace fingers, okay? And you're going to just take them and put them behind your head at the base of your skull, right at that occipital ridge. So you're supporting the head, but you're not really pulling on it. I don't want you to be able to pull your head in all these directions. Just let it rest on the shelf there so that if you need to, you're taking the emphasis is away from the neck muscles and you're keeping it in the core. So go ahead, fingertips occipital ridge, fingertips to temple, your choice. And let's go ahead and lift up. Now that we're here, we're going to stack our knees over our hips and we're just going to cross side to side. So cross, center, cross, center. Keep your elbows nice and wide and lead with the shoulder. Bring it across and across. You can always touch down and cross, touch down, or stay up and up. Okay, if you are good, you can stay in this position. Head is lifted. Put those fingertips behind your head. Otherwise, we've still got that upper abs engaged. We're going to extend the front leg. Bring it in. Extend the back leg. Bring it in. Add the kick. Kick the heel out. And then point. Kick the heel out. And then point. Head can go down if you need to. Feet do not have to extend out. They can actually tap down. So feel free to take the tap version that we did earlier. We'll do a few more of these. Extend. You should feel your abs kicking in. Extend and bring it in. Go ahead and kick and point. Kick and point. Two more. Kick and point. And kick and point. Lower everything down. Shake that head side to side. All right, we're ready to put it all together. If you're good with me, we are going to lift up that chest, tuck that chin, knee stack right over the hips. We're going to cross and extend the opposite leg. Come back, cross and extend, and come back. So remember everything that we've learned. Lower abdominals engaged, either heel tap or point. Shoulder leads the way. Abs engaged, chin tucked. We now add the kick. Kick with the heel, bring it in. Kick with the heel, bring it in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you are ready to get everything going, put it all together. Let's go faster. Kick, 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 kick. Side to side, lifting that chest, using side obliques, core, breathing, kicking with the heel. Keep the heel flexed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Hands out like a T. Shake your head side to side. Okay, relax your jaw. Relax all the muscles in the neck. Take a nice deep breath. Okay, let's continue. We're going to bring those knees to stack. We're going to drop them to the front. We're going to lift them up and drop them to the back. And again, all the way to the front. And then to the back. All right, bring that back leg point. Flex it down. Point it back up. Switch. Flex as it comes down. Point it back up. Switch. Flex to come down. Point to come up. Switch. Flex to come down. And point to come up. All right, if you're ready for it, we can take both the toes. We're going to flex it to come down. Point it to come up. Flex it to come down. And point it to come up. Flex down. Point up. Shoulders stay on the ground. Brace the core. And exhale as you come up. One more time. Point as you come back up. Flex as you go down. And come back to the center. All right. You can always have a slight knee bend. You can always choose to take a break. But if you're ready to move on, what I want you to do is point the toes. You're going to just come a little bit closer to your forehead, and then just about not even 45 degrees. 45 is more like this. You can come to 45 if you want, but we don't have to be in that great of range of motion. We're just going forward and we're going back. So maybe lift the tailbone a little bit if you can, and then lower the feet. Lift the tailbone if you can, and lower the feet. Again, you don't have to be going nearly as deep as me. You can keep the range about here, and you don't have to do the lift. But if you want to start lifting and then lowering down a little bit more, as long as your back doesn't lift, you're good. Up and lower down. Lifting up and lower down. Let's do 2 more. Your own perfect example of where you're feeling your core engage. If you're feeling your core engaging, you're doing an amazing job. You do not have to look like me. All right, come on up. Okay, take a breather. If you need to put the feet down, go ahead and do so. If you're good to go, we're going to start a very challenging one. Okay, so I want you to start small. My toes are pointed. I'm going to bring them a little closer to my forehead. We're going to take our heels flex and bring them around in a circle and point to come up. Flex and point to come up. Okay, so flex, turn those heels, and then point to come up, drawing big circles, and then flex and point to come up. Let's see if we can make this a little bit bigger. Whew, starting to get tough. Okay, so flex, go down and around, and flex, down and around. If you're good, lift up, down and around, point, heels up, and then down and around. Heels flex, down and around, lift up, down and around. One more each side. Up, down and around. Flex, up, point, down and around. Oh, let it go. Whew. All right. Little shake, shake side to side. You want to walk those feet wider than your mat. Drop both of the knees to the back. Look to the front. Go ahead and look the other way. And then come back through the center. All right. Since we're still on our back, we're going to stay here for just a moment longer. Hands down at your side. Little rock. Heels close to your bum. Go ahead and give me an elevation. Inhale, rise up, peel yourself off. Exhale, lower back down. One more time. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, lower back down. We're going to inhale all the way up. We're going to come out to the sides of our feet, opening up into a clam. We're going to bring those feet back, and we're going to lower back down. So squeeze your butt. Rock onto the sides of the feet, using your ab and adductors to open and close, and slowly come back down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. This time we're going to inhale. We're going to exhale, hold it out. We're going to stay up, and we're just going to come in and rock out. In and rock out. So we're keeping a nice strong spine, engaging our butt, our hamstrings, and our lower back muscles. And we're just opening and closing. Now, if you're good here, you can stay here. Just concentrate on rolling onto the sides of the feet and then placing the feet back down. Or you can stay up nice and high and pulse it out at the sides. You're on the sides of your feet. You've got your butt up high in the air and you're doing pulses. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now, if you have stability here, you can start to wander those hands up above your head. We're still pulsing and we're trying to balance. All right, let's hold here. Everyone, put your feet flat on the floor. Hands are down at your side or in the air. And we're just going to lower yourself back down. Inhale straight up and lower yourself back down. Look in our bum. One more time, lift it straight up and come back down. Now again, hands can be down at your side. You can have them stacked so that you have a little less of the stability from having your hands on the floor and you're using a little bit more of your stabilizer muscles. We're going to come all the way back up. Okay. And we're going to lift our front knee, keeping our pelvis level. Don't let it drop, okay? Lift that front knee up and place it down. Lift your other knee up and place it down. Up and down, up and down. All right, we're going to now add on to this one. Lift up, kick the ceiling, come down and down. Lift up, kick the ceiling, down and down. Keep the pelvis level. Do not worry about getting that leg straight. If the hamstrings are tight, I don't worry about how high you're kicking in the air. I don't worry if your hands are down at your side. I want a level pelvis, bracing the core, finding those stabilizers. One more on the side. Kick and then down. Okay, roll yourself down. Take a breather. One more move here, and it's going to be pulses. So you're warned. Hands down at your side if you need to. Hands stacked above the shoulders. Heels close to your bum. Peel yourself off. Once you're there, hips are squared. Make sure they don't drop as you lift a knee. Now you can stay with the knee, or if you'd like, you can kick up into the sky. We are just going to lift up and down, up and down. Hips are level. Feel it in that back hamstring glute. Kick, brace that core. Kick. And if this is good, stay here. Take a break if you need to. If you're ready, pulse, pulse, pulse. Heel is flexed. Kick that ceiling. Stay equally on both shoulders. Keep breathing. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Place the foot down. Lower back. Go ahead and bring a knee into the chest. Give yourself a great big hug here and a little rock side to side. Give some love to that spine, yeah? Whew. All right. We got another leg to do. I know. It's okay. We don't want a lopsided bum, so you're going to have to give me the same effort, all right? So, give a little rock here, take your time, and then place the feet back down one at a time. Hands down at your side, and rock. Just gently side to side, no tension in the jaw, okay? A lot of the time, facial expression comes in, we clench our teeth, something is difficult, we show it in our face. It's human nature. But now we just want to remove all of that expression from the face. So, core is engaged. Take a deep breath in, just opening up through the rib cage. And then exhale. One more time, big inhale, just using the ribs. And exhale. If you want to try more stabilizers, take those hands in the air. Heels are close to the bum, and you're going to peel yourself off. Once you've peeled yourself off, it's the back leg this time. We're just going to lift it up, and we're going to extend it into the sky. Okay? We're just going to come up and down. Find your stability, I should say. I was a little wobbly there. Now I've got it. So your hips are straight up. The work is being done on that front leg. Okay, so the key to this kind of movement is any kind of walking, jumping, running, propelling yourself forward comes from the posterior. And this kind of movement to keep the hips straight while only using one of your legs. So important for the core and all of the stabilizers around the hip joint. If you're ready for the pulses, pulse with me. Stay as high as you can. Flex your heel. Kick that sky. Kick, kick, kick. Keep breathing. Keep stabilizing those hips. Keep reaching for the sky if you're with me. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And heel down, butt down, and hands like a T. Walk those feet wide. Drop those knees to the front. Drop those knees to the back. A couple more times, just shaking it out. So we went from the front to the back, but that was the lower back, mostly glutes, hamstrings. So we're just going to roll ourselves over and work into the front. So have a lie on your belly. And once you're on your belly, take your feet flat on the floor, feet just outside of the hips, hands at your shoulders. And from here, want the toes to stay down, squeeze your butt, and just lift up. Take a look down at your mat. Okay, so it's a nice little stretch here. Lower yourself back down. Inhale, lift, and lower yourself back down. One more time, keep squeezing the butt, push your toes into the ground, and come back down. Okay, back arm stays exactly as it is. You're going to lift up, and then you push more into the front arm and look at your shoulder. So it's a twisted lift, and then do the same thing on the other side. Press more into the back arm, look over. You might come up a little bit higher and back down. My butt is still engaged. I'm still squeezing it. My toes are pressing into the mat, and it's a twist from upper spine now. And a twist. All right. If you're good here, squeeze your butt, push your feet into the floor. Lift up your hand and get your elbow to wrap behind into your spine. Back down. Lift. Don't let those toes lift. And come back down. Really squeeze your butt the whole time. Squeeze your butt. Exhale. Lift. Look at that elbow. Come back down. Lift. If you're ready to move on, remember these shoulders. We worked them earlier. Lift up and thumbs up to the ceiling. Come back down. Thumbs up. Really reach. Twist and see if you can watch those thumbs. Twist. And down. Twist. And down. All right, take a second here. Relax your bum. All right. It's going to be both arms. So squeeze your butt to start. Press your toes into the mat. Maybe you can lift those knees up off of the mat while keeping those toes down. That way you really have a good engagement of your glutes. That's going to help your lower back. So we're going to lift up. We can stay here and just do a little pulse, or we can start to lift our hands up and do a little pulse. If you're good to go, squeeze those elbows behind you and pulse. Or if you're able to get those thumbs to the sky, let's go and lift. Pulse. Pulse, keep those toes down, squeeze your butt. Lift, tuck your chin, look down at your mat. Hands high as you can, elbows squeeze behind. Lift, 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 lift. We're going to go right into an aeroplane. Okay? Take a break if you need to, but if you can, you're going to just dip over to one side. Come back up, pulse 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Dip to the other side. Look at your thumb. And back up. 3, 2, 1. Tip. 3, 2, 1. Tip. Look at the sky. 3, 2, 1. One more each side. Look. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Squeeze your butt. Squeeze your butt. 3, 2, 1. And down. All right. A little shimmy, shimmy. Tucking those toes, hands at your shoulders, and we're just going to slowly push ourselves back to stretch out that spine. Coming into what we know as a child's pose, just lean it on back. All right, so we've gotten the back, we've gotten the shoulders, we've gotten the glutes, upper lower abs. Let's get into the sides here. All right, go ahead, side lying on your mat. And you're going to have your heels, your hips, and your shoulders in one line. If you can get to the center of your mat, you should see the center of your mat here. Elbows in the center, hips are in the center, and heels are aligned in the center. That's the best way to know. Okay. If you have shoulder issues, feel free to come down. But if you're good, go ahead and stack up. From here, bring those heels in a little bit closer, and go ahead and put your hand on your hip, and your elbow is still in that align. Okay, now that we've got this alignment, we're just going to open up in that clam and the toes stay. Okay, lift up and down, up and down. We just want to make sure we're not rolling backwards. We're not using our hips in any way. We're just lifting and lowering. Lift up, tap, and down, up, up, down, and down, up, up, down, down. One more, up, down, and down. All right, you can stay here if it is within you to lift up those feet. Okay, keeping your hips squared again, not talking about the roll. We're just going to lift the knees up and place them back down. Lift the knees up, place them back down. If that's too much, just the clam. Okay, so opening the top one or lifting them both. Okay, if you're able to not roll back and lift up both, you can continue with having the legs lifted. Really deep crunch here. We're going to open, extend, and down. Open, extend, and down. Open, extend. All right, let's talk about these ankles. We're going to open, kick, tap, tap. Open, flex kick, tap, tap. Try not to rock that pelvis. Oh, you're almost there. Up, up, and down. Last one. Up, down, down, down. All the way down. All right. You're down here. Knees are stacked. We're just going to have our hands here. We're just going to open ourselves up into that nice twist. Reach and look behind you. And then exhale. Tap down. Inhale. Big reach, big twist. Down. Exhale. Down. If you're able to, sweep your hands all the way around. And then bring them down by your bum and roll back. Sweep around. And come back. Not sure if the microphone is picking up the sounds of the jungle, but we have howler monkeys really close to us today. So if you're hearing some kind of strange barking in the background, it is howler monkeys. And sweep around, and let's do everything on the other side. So go ahead, lift yourself up. Again, take the options that are make the most sense for you. My heels, I'm looking at it, they're in line in the center of my mat. My hips are in the center of my mat. My elbow underneath my shoulder and in the center of my mat. Okay, now that I've got that alignment, just pull those heels in a little closer. We've got our hand on our hip and our elbow pointed, and we're able to then just lift up and down. So those toes and the sides of the feet stay touching, and we're just really opening up through the hip. If this is enough, sometimes we don't have a lot of mobility in the hip, so we're just focusing on this. Being elevated is also helping the shoulder. If you have shoulder injury, lie down, don't worry about it, but what we're working is shoulder and hip stabilizers here. Okay? And then once we've got that, we lift up, we point the toe, we bring it down, we bring it down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep the chest open, up, point, tap, tap, open, point, tap, tap. All right, now we can just lift up those feet. Okay? You can do the top one, just seeing how that is, and we can continue with the whole movement with just the heel lifted. Or if you want to give it a shot, let's go ahead and see if we can lift those knees up and place them back down. Now, everything you should see in these core, shoulders, everything just has to grip on to lift those legs. Okay? Hip, everything. Up and down. You can hear it in my voice, hopefully. Up and down. If you are good being up here without doing much of a wobble, lift up, kick, tap, tap. Okay, so we've got the movement. We've got our decision on how we're going. Then we're going to kick and tap down, up, kick, and then down. Flex the heel as you kick. This side is a little more wobbly for me. Little weaker. It's not uncommon to have one side that's a little weaker. Kick, tap, tap, up, kick, tap, tap. Two more, because it's so much fun. Ooh, I'm really feeling this. Up, kick, and down, down, down. Lie it down. Knees are stacked, hands together. We're just opening up through that spine. So reach behind and then come forward. Head could stay rested the whole time if you want. And then come forward. If you have a yoga block or something that you want to put behind your head, if you're comfortable leaving your head lifted, you can. And then come back. If you want the greater sweep, you're just going to take that hand, sweep it around, and then bring it. This is helping with opening up the pectorials, sweeping around. It's a different way of gravity pulling on that joint because we're lying on our side now. So gravity is pulling our hand down as we open up, as opposed to when we were seated. Let's do that two more times. Big reach around. Slowly come back. Our last one. Big reach around. And come back. Let's go ahead and walk ourselves up into our seated position. And then make your way onto all fours. Once you're on all fours, we have our hands underneath our shoulders. We've got our knees underneath our hips and our toes are tucked. Just press back to stretch out those toes and into the plantar surface of the foot, the Achilles tendon, and into your calves. And then come back up into the tabletop. One more time. Just press your hips back. Feel that stretch. And then come into the tabletop. We're lowering where our hands were. Our elbows go. The hands can be flat like a sphinx, or they can be interlaced, your choice. Knees are underneath your hips, shoulders pull them back and down. We're looking at our thumbs or at the space between our hands, and we're keeping those hips and our cores engaged. Hips level, just take that front leg, take it all the way back, up into the sky, and then bring it back down. Point and flex. Point and flex, a slightly different way to work the shoulders, getting into ankle, and flex, point, and flex. One more time, point, and flex. Okay, point, flex the circle as you draw, point, flex and circle, point, and circle. We're not swinging, hips are stable, circle doesn't have to be large. Point, flex around, point, flex around, point the toe, flex and bring it in to your tricep, and then point, flex and bring it into the tricep, point, flex in, point, flex in. Two more, flex in, and last one, flex in, put them together, point, flex a circle, point, pull in, point, flex and circle, point, flex and pull in. Good, let's do that a couple more times. Flex, point, flex, point. One more, flex, point, flex, point, pulse. All right, so brace your core, press into your forearms. Have that foot nice and high and flex it now. Flex. All right, so we're going to go back and forth for 5 each way. Point, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Keep counting. Get that foot nice and high. Brace that core. Squeeze your butt. Press into your forearms. All right, one more time. We're going back to the combo. We're going to point, flex, circle around, point, pull in. 2 more. Point, flex, circle around, point, pull in. Last one. Point, circle around, point, pull in, and release. Wow, that is some good stuff. Take the hips to the front. Take the hips to the back. Walk your hands up. Take your hands either to your hips, interlace hands behind you, and just roll it back. I'm going to get rid of a spider on my mat, so just stay here while I get rid of my little friend. Come on. Come on. You're right in the center of my mat. Let's do this, buddy. Don't want to kill you, but I don't want you biting me. Come on. Come on. Off you go. Off you go. This is the fun thing about teaching in the jungle. There he goes. Let's redirect you. Come on. Come on. He really wants to come on my mat. Pilates spider. There we go. Just stay put. All right. Now that we've had a good break, we've played with some spiders. Fingertips underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, toes are tucked, and just press back into those feet. Let's make this an active one. Reach a little bit further, stretch out those lats, and bring your head down between your arms. Reach, reach, reach. Walk those fingers away from you. Bring your head down to your mat. When you're ready, go ahead and walk yourself back into your tabletop. My goodness, dude, really? Back on my mat. All right. You are going for a little walk into the jungle. I don't know if you can see him. He's not a big guy, but he does not need to be on my mat. Stay away. We're good. All right. Hope everyone had a nice break. Maybe a lot of you are quite happy you're not with me right now in the jungle. I've gotten used to spiders. Still don't love them, but they're a fact of life when you live in a hot climate. All right, come down onto those forearms. Again, hands flat. Interlace fingers, knuckles together, whatever works for you. You're pressing into the forearms. Roll the shoulders back. Engage your core. Tuck your toes. And then we're going to extend the other leg. Remember, it's the other leg, right? You know which one you didn't work? Back leg. All right. We're just going to lift and tap. Flex and point. Flex and point. If you want to go the other way, that's fine. I'm just going opposite to what we did before. Still doing the same thing for your ankle. Flex and tap. Flex and tap. Flex and tap. Okay, come up with the flexion. You're going to flex or come in to the extension, and then we're going to flex into a circle and then come back into extension. Flexion, circle, and then extension. Circle it around and lift. Circle it around and lift. Nice circles. Controlled. Hips are stable. Pressing out of the forearms. Flex and around. Flex and around. All right, flex. Just bring the knee in and then extend, point it out. Now, if your knee does not touch the tricep, I'm not worried about it. You're just pulling it in, feeling the crunch at your side, flexing the heel, and then pointing. Okay, we have a lot less movement in the ankle joint because we wear shoes. So we really want to do the pointing and the flexing to strengthen up all of the muscles in and around the area that help flex the foot, prevent any kind of ankle strains. Keep it nice and strong and lubricated. All right, one more time. Exhale and inhale. Let's put them flex circle, point, and then flex tap and point. Flex circle, point, tap, point. Circle, point, tap, point. Two more. These are awesome. Circle, point, side obliques, chest, shoulders, stabilizers. Oh, your butt. I know you're feeling it. It's pretty much an everything movement. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more. Oh, I know. Nobody's liking me right now. Not even that spider. All right, now we're going to point and we're just going to pulse, pulse, pulse. How we doing? Are we pulsing? Are we feeling this yet? Okay. Keep the shoulders back and away from the ears. Don't collapse in there. Let's flex the heel. And then we're going to take it for 5 and 5. So let's extend. 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex. 4, 3, 2. Switch. 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Brace that core. Point and flexing. Keep it going. Keep it strong. All right. We're going to do it 2 more times each. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2. Combo. Flex, circle, point, tap, flex, and release. 2 more. Flex, circle, point, flex, and point. Last one. Flex, circle, point, flex, tap, and release. Whew. Sit back. Reach those hands. Shift the hips over to one side, back to the other, back into the center, and then slowly make your way back into the tabletop. Walk yourself into the center of your mat. Have a seat. And let's roll ourselves onto our back. Nice and slow roll down. And then place the feet on the floor. We're going to end pretty much the way we started because we're nice and warm now. So reach those hands up over our head. And then just sweep them down and around. Inhale up. Sweep them down and around. Your last challenge. Up, down, and around. Lift up. Lift your chest. Sweep all the way down. Sweep down. Sweep down. And sweep. Front knee comes up. Back knee. Front knee. Back knee. Front knee. Back knee. Front knee. Back knee. Both feet down. Reach over your head. Squeeze up and tap down. Squeeze around and come down, around and come down, around and come down. You can go a little longer with those legs. You can sweep up and go down, sweep up and go down. Knees can be bent. You can take a break and down. Two more. Up and down. Last one. Up and down. Just hold your pike, either feet on the floor, lifting the head, hands on the floor, whatever you can for 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Hands out like a T. Let your feet fall to one side. You look the other way and just stretch it out here. We're going to float gently to the other side and stretch it out. We're coming down. After all that work, one more time. We're just going to hold this posture, so let the knees fall one way, you look the other. If you'd like a little bit more, top knee slides up and you can catch it with the opposite hand. And again, if you need a little bit more, the bottom leg lengthens out down your mat. Listen into the howlers today. They don't come into the center at all. We don't get them close by. They're generally not interested. All the squirrel monkeys and the white-faced monkeys and that, they do come by the center and they're curious. The howlers, not too often do we ever actually encounter a howler really close. They're the bigger of the monkeys in Costa Rica. Now, if you want a little bit more, you can bend that bottom knee. And if you have the ability to arch your back and reach for your toe, you can go into a pose that's called pulling the cat's tail. So we're lifting up our knee, pulling it towards our chest. We're arching our back. We're grabbing for our bottom foot. And then we're rolling that shoulder down so that it's trying to reach for the ground so that we get a nice big open chest, a spinal twist, and some nice relaxing breaths. Let's release that out. So release the back foot, take the arch out of the back, release that front knee, and then slowly roll yourself onto your back. We'll do everything on the other side, choosing the posture that we need today. So posture 1, let those knees drop the other way and look in the opposite direction. Nothing wrong with staying right here. If you need a little bit more engagement, you can slide that top knee towards your chest, holding onto it with your opposite hand and just pulling it in, giving a little bit more for the glute opening, a little more weighted on the twist because the knee can now go further than it would have if it was stacked upon the other one. Shoulder stays down, nice opening through the pectorals, big stretch here. And then we can always lengthen out that bottom leg. Again, shifting our hips to give ourselves a little bit more of a deeper twist. These are all just allowing more of a twist by letting those hips be pulled forward through the gravity. And again, if we're comfortable here, we can bend that bottom knee. We can slide the hand down and arch the back to see if we can reach that toe. And once we've got that toe, we're pulling the shoulder down. Okay, so again, keeping that chest open, bigger, deeper twist with a back bend now. And then we can pull the other knee up as we press our shoulder down. We relax our face, feeling like a giant pretzel. Soften your eyes. Now we can take those great big belly breaths. And it's difficult in a twist, but now you can take those big relaxing breaths. We do not need our core right now. We are just twisting it out. Release the back foot if you've caught it. And then release the knee in the front. And then slowly make your way back onto your spine. And then we're just going to do a little reposition here. Our knees can touch and our feet can be just outside of our hips, or we can lengthen out our leg one at a time. Your hands, they can be interlaced to cup your head, if that feels good. They can be cactus arms. They can be down at your side, palms up, palms down. You choose a thing that feels good for you in your relaxation. And then take a big, deep breath in. Rise up that belly. Really breathe deeply into the belly. Maybe you even lift your back. And then exhale, release all the air. Excuse me. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. One more time. Big inhale. Let it go. Let your lips part. Let your eyes soften. Relax those shoulders. Bring the awareness into the core. We shouldn't be bracing it anymore. We're not doing anything but relaxing, breathing, staying right here in the present moment, not worrying about things that we need to get doing tomorrow or things that we've done yesterday. It's right here, listening to your breath, maybe listening to my breath, some of the noises in your environment. It's all just keeping you right here and not letting the mind wander. We're just relaxing our toes, maybe give them a wiggle, maybe release those ankles a little bit by just giving them a little sweep. And then maybe just shimmying those hips a little bit by squeezing one butt cheek and then the other. Then do a nice big breath in. Let it go. Everybody holds tension in their body slightly differently. So I encourage you now just to go into the parts of the body that you know you generally have tension in and just really try and relax them out. Whether that's your back, your shoulders, your abs, your hips, maybe you're clenching fists, maybe it's teeth. Whatever your point of tension is, really own it and then let it go. We're just going to stay in the silence for the next couple of minutes. One of the hardest parts of the practice is just to be present in the moment, no movement, and just actively letting your body and mind relax. That's been approximately 2 minutes. Feel free to go up to 5, 7, 10 minutes if you have it. But any time that you're just able to reset your body during the day, really focus in on how your body feels, releasing the tension, breathing deeply, getting the oxygen into your lungs, stretching out all of the interconnections along the rib cage, and that it really does wonders to just calm the entire system in the body. We've got a lot of cortisol. We have a very stressful life. We have a lot of flashing lights and thoughts and all these different things that bring us so much stimulation during the day that if you can just close your eyes and take a deep breath and focus in on your body, it does so much for the health of your entire system. So, again, feel free to stay here. But if it is time to wiggle those toes, if you have your hands underneath your head, release them now. Maybe wiggle those fingers. Maybe roll those ankles and those wrists any way that feels right. And then let's bring our hands above our head, interlace our fingers. We're going to press our palms all the way above our head, point the toes in the other direction. Big inhale, arch the back. And then let it go. Slide one of your heels towards your body, follow it by the other one. Take those hands out like a T, and then just roll yourself onto one of your sides. And then slowly make your way up to a seated. Take those shoulders up, back, and down. Hands on your knees. Let's just roll and arch our back, holding onto those knees, and then pull yourself forward. And lift up, seated cat cows. One more time. Exhale, round out the spine, hold onto those knees. Bring your chest forward between your elbows, look up. Last one. Exhale, roll through. Inhale, lift up, and then back to neutral. Hopefully, you had some fun today. Hopefully, you got a good burn in the glutes. You worked those shoulders, gave them a good range of motion, got into that core, got into the back, did a little turn, did a little twist. We got it all. So, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time.